This fact that sex and death are the basis of so much humor, including some of the materials that you've heard in the commercials here, is because these are things largely out of our control. If we could control them, then of course life would be, go swell, because everything's in our control. It's a perfect world. But we know it's not a perfect world. Everything human is pathetic. As long as a person takes themselves seriously, there will be humor in the world, because we're taking ourselves seriously in the face of an imperfect situation and an imperfect world. Only man has dignity. Only man, therefore, can be funny. And many of the commercials have that kind of premise behind it. Only man has dignity. Only man, therefore, can be funny. So if you want to make people laugh, you need to begin with the notion that there's some pomposity. There's some ego inflation that needs to be deflated. And I call this type A humor, where one looks at others humorously but not oneself, and type B, where you look at yourself with a humorous perspective. Where are you? Where do you fit? Are you type A? Can you look at others humorously but not yourself? Or are you type B, where you look at yourself with a humorous perspective? Can you see what you do? All those imperfect moments that happen to you? And if not at that moment, later, respond to them. That awareness, that capacity to have that sense that you live in a world where things are going to go wrong and laugh at, maybe not at that moment, but at some point after that, indicates that you have not only some maturity, but a sense of self-worth. Because you know you're more valuable than that moment, so you have the capacity to laugh at yourself. And I take the position that most people who do well at humor do have that kind of maturity, that kind of understanding. They're not so inadequate or so insecure that they can't take the chance of laughing at themselves. The ability to see opposites is also important in this process. And for me, a sense of humor is the ability to avoid getting caught in these mind ruts where you can't see the opposite.